Alright, so we're going to start with Chapter 7 in the McGraw-Hill-Ryerson Mathematics 11 textbook, which is on page 494. And this unit is known as Compound Interest and Annuities. So I'm just going to go through a series of tutorial videos, which will hopefully help you guys understand concepts more. Alright, so we're going to start with Chapter 7.1, which is simple interest. And throughout this unit, there's going to be some key terms you need to remember. One is the amount, which is the sum of the principal and the interest, and there's multiple formulas for that, but we'll get to that later. And then there's the principal, which is the money you originally invest or borrow. This can also be known as the present value. There's the interest rate, which is the percent of the principal that is earned or paid as interest. The formula for simple interest is pretty easy, and I'll drive that for you really quick. So simple interest equals, so P plus P into I times the number of years that the money is invested. Simple interest is basically when only the original money you invested, the principal, earns interest and it's not compounded on. So this if we isolate this, it's P equals 1 plus I times N. And that's the form. That's the formula for simple interest, essentially. All right, so let's try a question. So, example. All right, so it's just gonna be a made-up scenario. So say Jack invested $1,500 into a bank that paid interest, so at an interest rate of 5%, which is also known as 0.05. And he left the money in for 3 years. So part A, I want to know how much interest is made, and B, I want to know the amount at the end of 3 years. Alright, so let me walk you through this. This is a pretty simple question. So for A, the interest is essentially the principal times the interest rate. This is equal to 1,500 times 0.05. Alright, so this is equal to 75. And that is the interest for 1 year. Per annum, as they would say. Now part B is the amount after 3 years. And so we're going to use the formula I told you guys earlier. This amount equals P into 1 plus I times N equals 1,500 into 1 plus 0.05 times 3. And so this equals $1,725. And those are your two answers. And that is essentially simple interest.